Hey photographers, creatives. This is the Focus Shift podcast, your best listening experience for creating your best online business. We'll focus on topics that help you get discovered. So sit back, listen, take notes if you like, and get excited about growing your business.
Today, we're diving headfirst into a topic that's really shaking things up in the digital world, especially, I think, for visionaries and creatives, like photographers. We're going to talk about this fascinating kind of dynamic shift happening in how your amazing work gets found online. Now, here's the core dilemma a lot of you might be wrestling with. Should you be pouring all your time, your precious energy, into this shiny new thing, Generative Engine Optimization, GEO? Or should you stick with what you know? Double down on the tried and true, the bedrock. Search engine optimization, SEO. It really feels like we're at a crossroads, doesn't it? And the answer isn't immediately obvious.
That's exactly why we're here today. Our mission is, well, to cut through the hype. We want to look at the actual data, what's really going on, and give you a clear roadmap. We want to make sure your beautiful photography gets found, not just by clients, but, by AI too.
Yeah.
It's about smart strategy, not just chasing the latest trend.
Okay, let's unpack this then. We keep hearing about Generative Engine Optimization, GEO. It seems to be everywhere suddenly. What exactly is it? And why is everyone talking about it right now? What's the big shift?
Yeah, it's definitely the buzzword. The sudden rise of GEO is directly tied to the explosion of AI tools we're all seeing. Things like ChatGPT, Google Gemini, Anthropic's Claude. These generative AI models are changing how people search. Instead of just getting a list of links, you're often getting direct synthesized answers now. But here's the really crucial part for photographers, for creatives. These AI models, they don't know everything. They have limitations. Specifically, they have what's called a knowledge cutoff date.
A cutoff date.
Right. So like a model might only know things up until, say, September 30th, 2024. Its core training stops there. So to give you current info after that date, they use a technique called retrieval augmented generation, RAG for short.
RAG.
And basically, RAG means the AI effectively browses traditional search engines. Google, Bing, just like a person would. It does that to grab the latest, most relevant data to answer a query.
Wow, okay. So if these powerful AIs are actually out there browsing Google and Bing, what does that really imply for a photographer who's hoping their work, their portfolio gets discovered? That sounds like it changes the game completely.
It absolutely changes the game, yes. But maybe not in the way people first assumed. The implications are pretty profound. Think about it. If your photography website doesn't rank well in traditional search, maybe it's buried on page 3 or 4 of Google. Well, those AI tools doing their R browsing might just never even see your business. You're basically invisible to them.
So you won't even be considered for the AI's answer.
Exactly. But flip side, if your brand is mentioned often and positively across the web, client reviews, good online directories, features in photo blogs, maybe local press, that significantly boosts the chance that an AI will find your business and pull it into its answer. It's like leaving a strong trail of digital breadcrumbs. Mark Williams-Cook, who's a well-known SEO expert, he actually showed data on this. It demonstrates how closely AI search results often mirror Bing's top results.
Bing specifically. Interesting.
Yeah, Bing seems to be a key source for many AI right now. So the point is, AI isn't just making things up in a vacuum. It's connected to existing search.
That's fascinating and maybe a bit counterintuitive, right? Because some of the early buzz almost made it sound like AI would make traditional SEO obsolete, or that GEO would just completely take over. Is that assumption just plain wrong or dangerous even?
That's a really important point to address. And yes, assuming AI makes traditional SEO irrelevant is, well, it's dangerous right now. SEO isn't just still a critical player. It is the absolute foundation. GEO currently builds on top of it. Think of it like this, maybe. Your website is this beautiful house, right? Your portfolio, your brand. SEO is the solid ground, the foundation it's built on. GEO is like, I don't know, a fancy new extension, or maybe a high-tech security system. Impressive, adds value, but totally relies on that strong foundation.
That makes sense.
And the data backs this up. We're seeing studies like from Search Engine Land showing that almost half of all ChatGPT queries actually use live search now.
Half? Wow.
Yeah, and get this. A huge chunk, something like 90% of the citations AI gives in its answers, they come directly from Bing's top 20 results.
90% from the top 20 on Bing. That's definitive.
It really is. So what's crucial for every photographer listening to understand is that your website's SEO, its ability to rank well traditionally, is still the main gateway. It determines if potential clients find you, and now, surprisingly, if these AI tools can find you too. Without strong SEO, your amazing work risks being invisible to this emerging digital intelligence.
Okay, so SEO is clearly the foundation. Given that, how do you, the photographer listening, take these insights and turn them into actual practical steps? Steps to make sure your work cuts through the noise and gets found. It sounds like we need to think about our online presence slightly differently now. Not just for people, but for AI, too.
Absolutely.
Nice.
It's like, imagine your website isn't just a portfolio for human eyes anymore. It's also a highly organized library for AI. Your entire online footprint becomes this structured data feed, informing both old school search engines and these new AI tools. So the goal now is making sure that feed is rich, accurate, and really well structured. Where do we even start with that? Right, good question. It starts with asking, is your digital house actually in order? The first big step is what you could call technical SEO spring cleaning. It might not sound exciting, but it's fundamental. Let's start with schema markup.
Schema sounds technical.
It is a bit, but think of it as a translator for search engines and AI. For a photographer, it's vital. It lets you tell Google or Bing, hey, this isn't just a picture, this is a wedding photography service based in Chicago for couples planning their wedding. You can specify pricing, your style, maybe special packages. It makes your art understandable to machines, not just visually appealing.
So it adds context the AI can read.
Precisely. Google has lots of guides on this structured data because it's so important for them. Okay, next up. Make sure you have an updated XML sitemap. This is basically the blueprint of your website you give to search engines. You need to check it. Are there broken links? Old pages confusing things? Is every important page, especially galleries, actually listed and crawlable? It's like giving clear directions so nothing valuable gets missed.
Got it. Clean map.
Then page performance. This is huge. Fast loading pages, being mobile friendly, having clean code. These aren't just nice to haves for clients anymore. They're strong signals for ranking. Both humans and AI appreciate efficiency. You can use tools like Google Page Speed Insights to check how you're doing.
Right. Speed matters.
Definitely. And one more technical point, JavaScript fallbacks. Many photographers use beautiful interactive galleries built with JavaScript. You need to make sure that even if a search crawler doesn't fully run that JavaScript, it can still see and index all the images and their descriptions. You don't want your best photos hidden behind code that an AI crawler can't easily process.
Okay, that's a lot on the technical side, getting the engine running smoothly. But what about the brand itself? The story, the reputation, people connect with that. How does that play into getting found, not just by algorithms, but by the right clients?
Exactly. The technical stuff is crucial, but it's only half the picture. Strengthening your photography brand is just as vital for humans and AI. First, look at your About page. Does it have real depth? Don't just list services. Share your story. What's your unique perspective? What are your specialties? Moody portraits, vibrant events, documentary style. Clearly state your location and really articulate what makes your artistic vision different. This human stuff becomes a key signal.
Gives personality context.
Right. Then actively collect and showcase press mentions, awards, client testimonials. These aren't just for show. They are powerful external signals of authority, credibility, trust. Algorithms, both old and new, look for this social proof. It tells them you're relevant, you're high quality. Huge boost for SEO and GEO.
So leverage that proof.
Absolutely. And this is non-negotiable. Claim and optimize your Google business profile. Seriously. This is how you show up in local searches, photographer near me type queries. AI definitely pulls from this data. It gets you on Google Maps in those info boxes, essential for local visibility.
Can't skip that one.
Definitely not. Finally, consistency. This is so important. Your business name, address, phone number, NAP, your service descriptions, make sure it's identical everywhere. Your website, social media, online directories like Yelp or The Knot, everywhere. Research like from Bright Local consistently shows this builds trust and authority online. It makes your brand unmistakable to any search system.
Okay, so it really feels like we're moving beyond just creating a beautiful portfolio. We're essentially architecting our entire online presence as structured, understandable information for AI alongside humans. So thinking long term, what's the mindset shift needed? How do we strategically balance good old SEO with this emerging GEO?
That's the key question, isn't it? Connecting it to the bigger picture, yeah. As GEO grows, your website becomes more like a structured database for AI, not just a gallery. This really demands a balanced approach. You can't just jump ship to GEO, nor can you ignore it. They work together. Strategically, what does that mean? First, keep building those strong brand signals. Actively encourage reviews. Seek out press or collaborations. Keep building authority.
Right. Keep reinforcing the brand.
Second, tackle any technical SEO tasks you've been putting off. That sitemap audit, optimizing images, improving speed. Now's the time. Get that foundation solid. And then, for balance, here's some practical advice. Think of your current GEO efforts as maybe 20% of your overall visibility focus.
Only 20%.
For now, yes. The primary focus, the other 80%, should absolutely remain on strengthening core SEO. But while you're doing that, take small, deliberate steps for GEO. Structure your content better. Use clear headings. Implement that schema markup we talked about. Tell a consistent brand story everywhere. It's about laying smart groundwork now for what's coming without betting the farm on something still evolving.
Okay, that 80-20 split makes sense.
Okay.
Focus on the foundation, but start preparing for the next floor. So after digging into all this, the hype, the data, the practical steps, what's the single crystal clear takeaway for photographers trying to navigate this? If they remember one thing, what should it be?
The absolute core message is, don't get lost in the hype, please. SEO is still unquestionably the main engine driving visibility and bookings for photographers today. GEO. It's coming, it's important, it's going to be transformative, likely. But it won't replace SEO. It will absolutely depend on good SEO. Think of GEO as a new, powerful way to distribute content that's already well optimized and authoritative thanks to SEO.
So SEO first, GEO builds on it.
Exactly. At the end of the day, if you want your photography business to show up well in Google and Bing, and increasingly in these AI results, you need three things working together. One, a clean, technically sound website, fast, mobile-friendly, easy for crawlers to understand. Two, strong, consistent branding across the web. Your story, services, reputation need to be clear and uniform everywhere. And three, ongoing investment, both in technical SEO and in your creative content strategy. It's this continuous effort, this commitment to being findable and understandable that ensures you get seen. By algorithms, yes, but more importantly, by the right clients, today and tomorrow.
That's incredibly clear. This has been a really crucial deep dive, I think, into future-proofing your photography business in this AI-powered world. Lots of actionable stuff there. Thank you for joining us for this essential conversation.
And maybe just one final thought to leave you with. If AI is becoming this major gateway to information, how will you ensure your unique visual story isn't just found, but is truly understood and highlighted authentically, both by the algorithms and by the human eye of that potential client who's looking for exactly what you offer? Remember, how you structure your content now. It's not just for people anymore. It's for this evolving digital mind trying to make sense of your art.
A powerful thought indeed. Lots to consider there. Keep digging, keep creating, keep optimizing that incredible work.
The Focus Shift podcast is presented by PhotoBiz, the best website solution for photographers. Whether you're launching your site or scaling your online business, PhotoBiz has your back. To get started for free, visit photobiz.com today.